Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now. Let me tell you, the NFL landscape is always shifting, and right now, there's a buzz that's shaking the AFC North to its core. Rumors are swirling about a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up not just the division, but the entire conference. No, we're not talking about some speculative gossip. This is coming from credible sources, including Adam Schefter himself. The word on the street: the Buffalo Bills, who are facing some serious cap space issues, a negative $4.7 million to be exact, are exploring the idea of trading their star quarterback, Josh Allen. Yeah, you heard that right. The Bills might be looking to move on from Allen and send him to the Pittsburgh Steelers in a deal that would send shockwaves across the league. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a bold move, right? But it actually makes a lot of sense when you consider the Bills' current situation. They're strapped with extensions for guys like Von Miller and Ed Oliver, and their cap situation is just not sustainable. Allen, with a cap hit of $54.5 million, is becoming an anchor for their financial flexibility, especially after a disappointing 2025 season where their defense struggled mightily, allowing an average of 24 points per game. The Bills finished the year 11-6, but their defense, ranked 22nd in PFF, allowed too many big plays, including 4 2-yards per carry. Their offense, which used to be feared, was only scoring around 24 points a game, and there's a growing feeling that a rebuild is inevitable. So why would the Steelers be interested? Well, first off, Pittsburgh has around $39 million in cap space, which gives them a lot of flexibility to bring in a talent like Allen. And let's not forget, the Steelers already boast one of the best defenses in the league, ranked 3rd overall with an 84.2 PFF grade. So adding a quarterback of Allen's caliber, that's a game changer. Imagine what he could do with the Steelers' offensive weapons, especially with a young, talented receiver like George Pickens, who's been making contested catches at an elite level with a PFF grade of 82.1. Allen's ability to extend plays with his mobility, combined with Pittsburgh's solid offensive line, could turn this offense from a decent unit into a true scoring threat. In 2025, Allen showcased why he's considered one of the most dynamic dual-threat quarterbacks in the league. He threw for 851 yards, 29 touchdowns, and just 10 interceptions with a completion rate of 68.2%. His big-time throw percentage was 5.8%, and his EPA per pass was 0.21. On the ground, he rushed for 514 yards and 11 rushing touchdowns with an average YAC of 6.2 yards. His overall PFF grade of 91.2 and rushing grade of 93.8 made him a nightmare for defenses, especially in clutch moments. His career totals are impressive. Over 700 passing yards, 174 passing touchdowns, 78 interceptions, and over 100 rushing yards with 53 rushing scores. Since entering the league, Allen has been a Pro Bowler from 2020 through 2024 and has missed very few games, only 2 in 2025 due to a shoulder injury. Now, the reasoning behind the Bills' move is pretty straightforward. They see Allen's massive salary as a burden, especially with the team's cap situation and the need to rebuild the roster from the trenches up. The Bills' front office is reportedly cautious about his turnover-worthy plays, which stood at 3.9% in 2025, and they're prioritizing financial sustainability over the volatility of a star quarterback. Plus, with the draft capital they could get, a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-round pick in 2027, they could start focusing on younger, cheaper players to rebuild around. For the Steelers, this isn't just about adding a star quarterback. It's about transforming the entire franchise into a true contender. Pittsburgh's defense, as I mentioned, is already elite, and with Allen leading the offense, their scoring average could jump from around 18 points per game to close to 28. That's a huge increase, and it could elevate the Steelers from playoff hopefuls to Super Bowl contenders almost overnight. Allen's mobility, which clocked a 4.8-second 40-yard dash, complements the play-action passing game perfectly. His ability to escape pressure and extend plays would reduce sacks dramatically, projected down from 42 to around 28, which in turn creates those explosive mismatches we saw in 2021 when the Bills averaged over 200 passing yards more after acquiring him. Add to that the weapons like Pickens, who's been a reliable target with a PFF grade of 82. And the Steelers' offensive line, which is steadily improving, and you have a recipe for a potent attack. Allen's presence could also make the running game more effective, as defenses would be forced to respect his ability to scramble or throw downfield. His rushing ability, which produced 11 rushing touchdowns in 2025, will keep defenses honest, and his experience in high-pressure moments could be exactly what the Steelers need to punch through in the playoffs. And speaking of playoffs, the impact of this move on Super Bowl odds is staggering. With Allen on board, the Steelers' odds to win Super Bowl LX could jump from plus 1,500 to plus 600, a massive shift. His ability to perform in cold-weather playoff games, where his rushing threat and clutch playmaking shine, makes him an X-factor in postseason battles. Historically, Allen's rushing touchdowns and ability to elevate his team's EPA in crucial moments have drawn comparisons to some of the league's best. His presence could boost the Steelers' chances of making a deep run, especially considering their impressive defensive stats. They allowed only 17 points per game in 2025, a top 3 mark in the league. Now I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a blockbuster move that could redefine the AFC North and even the entire AFC. Remember, the Steelers have a rich history of bold moves and game-changing trades. Think about how the franchise acquired players like Troy Polamalu or Ben Roethlisberger, and how those decisions shaped decades of success. This potential trade for Allen could be seen as the next chapter in that legacy, an investment in a future that's centered around a dynamic, dual-threat quarterback who can elevate the team in ways we haven't seen since the Ben Roethlisberger era. The ripple effects are enormous. For the Bills, it's a rebuild with draft picks and cap relief. For the Steelers, it's a shot at sustained greatness, a chance to finally break through the AFC and contend for that elusive Super Bowl title. It's a move that could leave divisional rivals scrambling to catch up, especially with the Ravens and Bengals both trying to retool and chase their own glory. Pittsburgh fans have every reason to be excited. This isn't just a rumor. It could be the start of a new dynasty, one built on a foundation of stout defense and explosive offense led by a quarterback who embodies everything we love about the game: passion, athleticism, and a never-give-up attitude. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, this potential deal could reshape how the Steelers approach the offseason. It might mean parting ways with some veterans or restructuring contracts, but it's a gamble worth taking if it means competing at the highest level again. Allen's presence would change the entire dynamic, from the coaching staff to the players on the field. Fans could finally see the Steelers' offense reach another level, matching their elite defense with a prolific, versatile quarterback leading the charge. The excitement is palpable, and the possibilities are endless. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Do you think this trade could happen? Would you be excited to see Josh Allen in the black and gold? Or do you believe the Steelers should stick with their current plan? Either way, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. We're in for an incredible ride, and I couldn't be more excited to share it with all of you. Let's keep the faith, keep the passion alive, and remember, the Steel Curtain isn't just a defense, it's a mindset. And with a move like this, the Steelers could be on the brink of something historic.